Dr. Roadmap, I presume? That's right, and I'm here to act as your guide to the freeway jungle. But before we venture out onto the road, we should do a little advance work, because just as you wouldn't go out on a safari without preparing, you shouldn't go out on the road without preparing. And this is especially true if you're going to a new destination. And the first thing you must do is look it up on a map. We've all heard directions from friends before, such as go 6 miles and then turn left at the burger stand, and go 100 yards and then turn right at the fire hydrant, and go 100 paces and then bear left at the house with the overgrown bushes. Forget it. That won't cut it. Don't rely on that alone. Instead, be smart. Look it up on a map. It's as simple as looking in the back of your map book. Once you locate your destination, then find the nearest major cross street, and the rest is easy. Just retrace your steps back to your starting location. Even if you've been to a destination 100 times before, it still pays to look it up on a map. The reason is, like let's say you're going to work, you know the route, but what if there's a road closure and you get forced off the road? You're not going to know where you're at unless you look at a map and check it out first. And speaking of detours, you might want to check the local newspaper for upcoming road closures. They're printed, usually in the local section, and you can call a newspaper to find out when. Or you can call up your local Department of Transportation and ask to speak to their public information officer. They can tell you about upcoming road closures. In addition, while you've got them on the line, some departments of transportation also print maps of congested roads. You may want to check these maps, and you'd be surprised what you can find. If you can see that your usual route is congested, you may want to take another route. Most other motorists will not have taken the time to check these things in advance. So they'll be stuck in traffic on a congested freeway while you're sailing along on a different route entirely. Now, while we're on the topic of preparation, there's something else you should do, and that's bring what I call a commuting survival kit. And this isn't for long-distance trips, no. Even if you've got a short commute, you should have some things in your car for any eventuality. So I always bring a map. Another thing you should have with you is a compass. I'll tell you how to best use it later, but you should always have it with you. Also, bring telephone numbers. You'll want the number to your spouse's place of work, your mechanic's phone number, a tow truck operator, and even your doctor. Another must is change. Dimes, nickels, quarters. And finally, you'll want to have some things in your car for emergency purposes in case there's a breakdown. Again, even for a short commute, you should have these with you. A flashlight, walking shoes, water, maybe even a hat. It doesn't take much, but these items can make a half-mile walk to a call box a lot more pleasant. Finally, there's one last thing you can do before you leave the house to prepare for your commute, and that's listen to traffic reports. It doesn't matter if you get them from TV or radio, just be sure to listen to the traffic reports before you leave. That way, if there is a major road closure, you'll know that you either have to leave early or take a different route entirely. Now, with all these pointers in mind, let's review them once more real quick. To prepare for your commute, check the destination on a map, check for road closures, check for congested roads, carry a commuting survival kit. And this kit should contain a map, a compass, change in phone numbers, and a flashlight, walking shoes, hat, and water. Okay, now we're ready to begin our commute, and we are facing something more foreboding than the wilds of Kilimanjaro. It's the freeway during rush hour.